What's up, Shaver?
What's going on, Rod? Who we got today?
Oh, man, fresh off the plane, we got Kelsey Carter.
Kelsey Carter. Who's that? We're going to find out right now on Open Mat Chronicles.
We're good. Welcome back, you guys. Open Mat Chronicles, 1865 Rod here. We're going back at you guys once again. And as always, got man Schaefer up in the house.
What's up, everybody? Schaefer's in the house. It's another fun-filled episode of Open Mat Chronicles. So we are chilling here today, having a good time as always. And Rod, somebody's here with us. Who we got?
Man, we have a great guest tonight. We have a reoccurring guest. Actually just flew in from Oklahoma.
Uh-oh.
Kelsey Carter. What's up, Kelsey?
Hi, friends.
Thanks for coming down. Especially you flew in this morning, you said?
I left Oklahoma at 5 a.m.
Nice.
Dude.
Got
Okay,
here
right
at-
there, she's tougher than me. There's no way I'm
Hell yeah.
there's no way
Got
I'm
here
gonna-
at 9:30,
That's
went
hardcore.
straight to the gym.
That's legit.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's from airport to the gym,
Yep.
chill for a bit, and then come talk to a couple
Yep.
of knuckleheads.
But you know, man,
All right,
she's
I
young.
dig
She
it.
could do that.
That's true.
I could do it when I was young.
I mean, we could all do anything when we were young. That was awesome.
Define young.
Well,
Yeah, really. Young is
younger than
subjective.
us.
What is it? For me,
That's
you're
right.
young. Yeah, for sure.
That's fair.
You're
There
kidding.
we go, younger than us. So, all right. So it has been a while. It's been about 9 months since we've had you on here, and there's been all kinds of cool stuff going on. We're going to talk about it. Hell, I'll just touch on the first obvious thing because I said it when she was leaving. I was like, "Hey, listen, you know what? As soon as you leave here, you're going to go get your black belt."
Facts.
And I'll be damned if that didn't happen. So.
I see her on my Instagram. She's big old black girl. She's like, hey, cheesing up.
Exactly. She's got her name on it, monogrammed and
was
everything.
tight, dude.
Fancy.
That is
It
pretty
is
cool.
fancy. I love it. That's my
So
baby.
tell us about it. How'd that little journey culminate with the black belt?
So I was with you guys in June. And I wasn't signed up for anything. I decided I was done competing as a brown belt. And then I signed up for Master Worlds because I was like, okay, I'm bored. And I didn't know what was happening. So I signed up. I ended up submitting my entire division.
Jeez.
1 gold. I'm on the podium, and here comes Chad
Oh,
walking
yeah.
around the barrier
Yeah.
with a black belt. And I was like,
That's crazy.
there it is.
It is.
And then I just, like,
I was about to say,
the
was it like the
flood work.
academy?
Like,
I'd like to thank the academy, and I'd like to thank everybody, and
honestly, I was like speechless. And Chad, he took my brown belt off and like chucked it.
Oh,
like
that's
he
awesome.
threw that thing. And
he's
I
like,
was
this
like,
division's not ready for you anymore.
Some purple belt
Okay.
grabbed it up.
I know, right?
Yeah.
They grabbed it, ran off, scurried away.
Yeah.
it was nice. And he had like a nice little speech for me that was just for the two of us. And
cool.
I'm his first female black belt.
Oh, wow.
And then it was a co-promotion with Liz Mitrovic, who's my emotional support
Right,
black
right, I
belt.
remember.
So I am her first black belt, period.
Nice.
So it's a fun little lineage to be under, but it was a very heavy moment, and
Oh yeah.
but like super exciting.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's a very meaningful thing. I mean, that's super cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
It
So
goes back
then-
to like you have no control over when you get your belt.
Nah.
You have no
You
control.
really don't.
Yeah.
And he has told me, he's like, I wasn't going to give it to you that day. I was going to wait till October when
Okay.
he was giving like a crop of us.
Gotcha. Right. He
their
had a
black
promotion
belts.
scheduled. Yes.
Yeah. And then he was like, and then you spent 5 minutes on the mat in 3 matches submitting everybody. He was like, why would I not give
Yeah.
it to you?
Right.
And
It's
I was like,
don't fake the funk. Right. It's like
That's
you
fair.
are this.
yeah. I was like, okay, man, that's respectable. And my sister was there.
Oh, nice.
So it was just really fun. It was a great
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah, if you can have your family and friends there, totally worth it.
Yep.
Perfect time.
Yep.
Good deal. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And, I'd like to just say I'm like the black belt whisperer now. So if anybody's going to get it, I'll know. And I was like, you're next.
Yep.
Did you tell Randy that he was going to get it?
I think I did. Yeah. Not only that, told him he was going to get it, then snuck into the promotion, saw his family, saw everybody. He didn't even know we were there. We just showed up.
I have a bone to pick with him because I don't know how he's going to look around the room that night because we all knew. But we're seeing like all of his OG training partners and
Oh, my
like
God.
all of these people are
Right.
here on a night that they're never there. And he's
like-
like, wow, this is cool.
It's like,
I was
read
like-
the room. Read the room.
You know,
Brother.
he's stoned. He just,
I was like, you literally had no idea. And he was like, I'm clueless.
you
I'm
go.
so sorry.
He just, he
He's
just
Randy.
walks around and just exists.
He does. I would love to live that way.
That's a pretty cool way
but
to
I
be.
don't.
pretty cool way to be. Well, for real, congrats. I mean,
Thank
you're an
you.
ass kicker, so just keep kicking ass.
Thank you.
Rod, did you had a specific question? Because otherwise, I'm going to keep
Not really. Just keep going because I really didn't have anything just yet. Just yet.
Cool.
Not just yet.
Then,
Not
all
just
right, check this. So, what were you doing in Oklahoma?
I was working for ADCC.
Okay.
Specifically for Browse, who is the official merchandise of ADCC.
Nice. Working for him how? Where you're slinging, you're
We're
shilling stuff for
slinging
him? Or
rash
what?
guards
Slinging
and
rash guards.
selling stuff. But we do, there's an ADCC open
Okay.
every month. And so we travel and we go to every single show. It's usually me and my girl Jessie. And then we'll bring a third person with us for most of the shows.
Okay.
But it's a fun time. Watch jiu-jitsu, hang out with
I'd say,
jiu-jitsu
right?
people.
I'm telling you, that's
pretty good.
awesome.
Okay. I do
So,
have a question.
is that pretty much what you're doing? Like, is this your career path? And
No.
have you just been fully absorbed into the jiu-jitsu world? Or
Fully
you got a day job?
absorbed into the jiu-jitsu world. So I quit my full-time job back
Hell
in
yeah.
October.
Oh, nice.
And so now I train, I teach, I coach, I do seminars, I do commentary.
Jeez.
But like all of these things have been put together to
Right.
make a really cool like career path for
Hell
me.
yeah.
So it's a
Really
little
cool.
bit of everything, but it's
They
just
say if you do what you
jiu-jitsu.
love, you never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
I work my ass
Yeah,
off,
I
so
know.
that's bullshit.
I know, that's total bullshit. It's totally complete
The
bullshit. But it
physicality
sounds good.
alone
Right.
in jiu-jitsu. I'm like, no, I'm so tired. But it's great. I love it.
It sounds good though. It's like it's a good saying that
Yeah.
people say. Yeah, it's total bullshit.
But it's like I
cliche.
get to live the dream. This is
not
what
bullshit.
people
That's real.
are striving for. And I get to do it. And like that's not lost on me at all. Like every day I wake up and I'm like, damn.
Well, I can tell too when I look at your Instagram, it's all jujitsu. I can
That's
tell
it.
this is her life. She does not have a 9 to 5, bro. This
Right,
is her
yeah.
9 to 5. This jujitsu.
This is my
Just tell.
12
Just
to
really cool.
12.
Really cool.
And
Congrats.
that's the thing, right? Really, when you're
Oh,
doing
that'd
what
be
you
awesome.
love, you're doing it way more than a 9
Yeah.
to 5
Yeah.
job. Oh,
Yeah.
you're in deep.
I mean, I've flown, it's the beginning of April or mid-April. I've flown like 40,000 miles already this year.
Jeez.
That's how much I'm traveling.
I hope you're getting the points.
I am.
Nice.
My
I've been
mom taught me
racking up. Yeah, I've been racking up airline points
Free
like
flights.
crazy.
Yeah.
So you mentioned ADCC. What do you? So let's do ADCC versus IBJJF. Which do you prefer, or is that too political?
No,
I put her on the spot.
I love it.
IBJJF sucks.
Let her cook. She can talk.
So, I am admittedly an IBJJF snob. That's who I love to compete for. I've competing for them since I was a white belt. I know the rule set. I know how to play the rule set. That's like my baby. And I feel so snobby when I say that because like I don't go do other tournaments. I don't compete in ADCC.
It would only be snobby if you said it with a Brazilian accent.
I
Oh,
can't
that's
even
crazy.
do a Brazilian accent.
Oh, or if you were like Randy and say, vale
yeah.
tudo. Vale tudo.
I would never. But I love to watch ADCC. I think ADCC is the pinnacle for no gi grappling. I think IBJJF is the pinnacle for gi.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, now listen, I love Naga though. Naga was the bomb. It still
What
is.
happened to Naga? It kind of nice.
No,
It's not
it's
as
still there.
big though. It's not as big. It was
I've
a
never
thing.
done a naga.
Dude,
Yeah.
I
I never
remember I had my little brother, he used to stay out with me in Jersey. He would come from California to stay the summer and got him into jiu-jitsu. We actually started this thing called the Big Boys Club over at Hassett's because we were all like big bunch of giant knuckleheads, right? But my little brother, little tiny kid, he was like 13.
Oh, no.
But we threw him in with adults constantly. It's Kid AJ, and he's just, we roughed him up, we beat him up, and we were like, yo, you're ready. We're taking you to Naga.
Oh,
His
God.
first year in, just training with us for like maybe a month or two, and we just threw him in. We were like, you're going to go compete. Dude, he walked out 13 years old, got a big ass katana.
I was gonna ask, did he get a sword?
Hell yeah.
So cool.
So now the kid's jacked. He's a grown ass man. He's like 32 years old now, whatever. But he's still got that katana up there, along with all his like bodybuilding trophies and a whole bunch of other stuff. He's super professional about everything. But he actually loves that freaking sword, and we were proud of him.
See, but the adults don't get swords. They get the ugly belts.
Yeah.
If you gave me a sword, I would
change your
maybe do
mind,
Naga.
Yeah.
You need to talk to him. See? So, hey, man, there should be one sword, like this
One.
freaking like Highlander. Yeah, you probably know
Yeah.
what
Like
the
the
Highlander.
final, but I know who.
Oh,
Highlander.
shit. Yeah, okay.
There can only be one. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, good job. Good job.
My dad made me watch it.
Highlander's the bomb. I love that show. Love the movie, love the shows, all that. Okay, so I freaking sidetracked myself. I was talking about the gi versus no gi, and I was going to ask you this, right? So I've been watching some videos, and I'm going to start getting a lot of people, especially competitors' point of view, slamming your way out of a freaking move, right? So you're not allowed to slam out of a freaking triangle. Okay.
Well, it depends on this.
In IBJJF, you can't.
You
You cannot.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
Zero
that's why
slamming
I'm saying
ever.
specifically to this. So let's say someone, somehow, because we know this would never actually happen to you, but they lock you into a triangle.
No.
Right? Like I said.
She's like, I'm doing the triangle in here.
So
I have a funny story about that,
I
but
got
we'll
a
come
couple-
back to it.
I got a couple good ones about that too. But okay, so let's hypothetically, you get locked into a triangle and you're like, nah, not today, son. And you stand up, right? Because you're not a weakling. You're a pretty tough, strong lady. So you stand up, and I want to know, once you've gotten to that dominant position, because I think someone who is standing fully, holding someone in the air.
You could slam them at that point.
And you could slam them if you so choose. I think you should get an advantage, and they should have to restart standing. I think that needs to be a new freaking rule, because why is it that this person who's got a triangle and who no longer even has a dominant position gets to hold it, and then you have to gingerly lay them down on the ground and get choked the hell out? Why can't you just slam the shit out of them, or you get the advantage for having an advantageous position and they restart?
Interesting. So I do a lot of triangles, right? Like that's my bread and butter. I've been picked up in my triangles before, but what I will do is I will follow that forward momentum. So I'm essentially like sitting on your shoulder or like on your chest right there. I still have a locked in triangle.
You surely do.
So because I don't have the fear of being slammed.
Exactly.
But I think that comes with like mat awareness. Like I know when I don't have the submission and when it's time to let it go.
Right.
And from that position, you're going to end up standing regardless. So, that's interesting.
Uh-huh. Hey, look, we all saw what the hell happened with Rampage Jackson and Ricardo Arona,
I was like,
right?
Yeah.
Had a triangle. How'd that shit work out?
Not great.
Exactly.
And the scary thing is sometimes you won't let it go. That happened to
right.
me.
Now,
Yeah.
and listen,
It's just because we train to hold our triangle. That's how we train. Our muscle memory is built
But we
around
also get trained to hook the leg,
leg.
so
Yeah.
they can't slam.
Yeah.
and if that's the case, then it's a moot point, right? But if it's not the case, and I am fully stood up, ready to dump you on your head, but I just can't do it, I just have to accept this triangle.
Just shake them off. Start
Which is
twerking. Get
bullshit.
them out of
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Twerk out. So, that's my stance. I think you should have to disengage because you have actually lost the ability to say you're dominating. You're no longer in a dominant position.
I don't disagree. I
Right.
don't disagree. I think that's going to depend on belt level too. Because like white and blue belts, I don't like them seeing like lifting anybody.
I feel you.
It makes me panic.
But
I'm
they
like,
can triangle
put
you.
them down.
I mean, I'm like, look, if you have that move, you got to just deal with what comes with it. Or you let it go. And if you can't let it go safely, that's why we have referees. Step in, separate, advantage to the person who stood up. Because you're right. You could have hooked the leg and kept them down, but you didn't.
But the person who shoots the triangle would also be getting an advantage.
Okay, cool. I'll give you that.
Per the rule set.
So
then
it's a wash.
Does anybody
wash.
get an advantage?
Fuck it, let them slam. Let them slam.
But ADCC just got rid of slams too. This was the first
did?
show where slamming was no longer allowed to get out of a submission
And look, it's
because
been
of the
what?
dangers.
It's been like 20 years of that.
You can still do it at Worlds.
Okay.
You just can't do it at Opens. Interesting,
Am I
right?
allowed to say it? I don't know if I can say it.
Say it.
All right, listen.
Say it.
I think this is the pussification of jiu-jitsu. Go ahead and slam out of it. I remember, look, 2001, 2002, everywhere I go, I was watching jokers get slammed out of freaking everything. And I was like,
Yep.
holy shit, I don't think I want to do this as much.
Yep.
So,
That's the outcome you get.
Yeah.
You get less people want to do it.
Yeah.
okay, fine. But I mean, hell, that's why judo has changed so many rules. You can't do certain takedowns. You can't do this, can't do that. I get it.
It's just interesting. And like the rule sets are there to keep people safe.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Referees are there to keep people safe.
Well,
but
it depends. I mean, because the referees sometimes
slamming is more of a-
they're there to give the points to their team.
Slamming is brute force, or like
Brazilian?
something that an untrained guy would do. You know what I mean? Just
Yes.
a bigger, stronger opponent would just physically pick you up and dump you on your head. It doesn't require a lot of nuance or skill or technique.
But
you just pick them up and dump
strength
them.
is a technique, man. Strength is a
Agreed.
technique. It's like you can't. Are you supposed to be weak to pretend like that's your part of your move? You can force some shit.
And like the people who get offended by being called strong, I hate that. I get called strong and I'm like, thank you. I work
Well,
really hard on that. But it's if you're telling somebody not to use strength in a technique, you may as well tell somebody to also not be flexible.
Fast or flexible or young. Or
So it's like
all these
you're
different
using these attributes that people have and they train. I train my flexibility. I train myself to be strong. What do you? Am I just supposed to lay there?
I was watching Paul Harris versus Andre Gaval, right? Like a day or two
my
ago,
God,
right?
that'd be
And I'm like, yeah, are they not strong? It's like, are you? Who goes to them and go, hey man, don't use your strength.
Are they naturally strong?
I mean, they're human.
That's a different topic.
Isn't everything? I mean, uranium is natural. It just depends on how you look at it.
But maybe there's a time and place for it. Like they're fighting at the highest level for lot of money on the table. Maybe at that point you're gonna expect to get slammed. Anything could happen. That's my thought on it. I don't know. You're
it
gonna
makes
probably deter a
sense.
lot of people maybe if you
It makes
lax
sense.
the rules.
Like you're right. I mean, you want people to be safe so that they continue to train, so that they continue to compete. I get it. I mean,
if
I
you
guess
open up
He
for them,
hates
then you're
it,
gonna have
but
to
he
open it up
gets
for
it.
everybody, right? Then you have the master division. These old cats be like,
we should have a slam league and a no slam league.
Well, when it also depends on your surfaces, right? Like if you have a spring-loaded mat, like you would for judo, you're not going to create as much
Right.
damage
You're not
upon
gonna, you're
impact.
gonna bounce his head off as hard.
But with ADCC, one of the reasons I like it so much is because it's like wild, wild west. Like you're rolling off the mat onto the concrete.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
we're gonna go slam our head onto the concrete,
Or
but we
let go of the
can't
triangle.
slam out of an armbar.
right?
So I'm like, where are we drawing this line?
It's just arbitrary. They just
Yeah.
make, it's like freaking what is it, the 12-6 elbows. It's like, come on, in
Yep.
UFC, it's like
Yep.
I can't hit you like this,
Oh, yeah,
but I
yeah.
can
But I
knee
can't
you
hit-
straight
yeah.
up.
yeah, it's the same thing.
Okay,
Make it make sense.
it doesn't.
It
Never
doesn't,
will.
and it never will.
Never will. It's just like whatever.
So do you have a
Not
hard
just
like?
like complaining.
What do you think about like transitioning from ADCC, from IBJJF, given the different styles? They're so different. I mean, it's a different sport. And we've talked about this.
Yeah.
I think it's a completely different sport myself.
I think it's submission grappling.
Submission
Thank
grappling.
I don't.
Hell yeah.
Does she talk?
I think it's a form of jujitsu,
Yes, there's
but
elements of it.
jujitsu to me is in the gi, and that's it.
It
Like,
involves a kimono by
I liked
definition.
you for a reason.
Yes.
I knew I
that
liked you
is
for a reason.
pure, beautiful jujitsu.
Yes.
Oh,
and the
I'm gonna-
people who think it's boring don't understand the gi.
There you go.
They don't understand how technical you have
Oh my
to
gosh.
be.
Okay,
Period.
hot take. Here we go. Don't even need to explain yourself. Just yes or no answer.
Why am I scared?
Be scared. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Very afraid.
So here we go. I trained for 10, 12, 13 years. I've never, ever in my life put on a gi, and my instructor says, you are now a black belt. Should you be able to get a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu if you've never put on a gi?
No.
That's what he said.
Man, she's good.
Yeah, she got it.
I can't wait to get you
all right, Kelsey.
and Randy on at the same time. My goodness.
I see Randy in a gi multiple times a week. And the thing is, if he had been training no gi only at Precision, he never would have gotten his black belt.
There you go.
And I think that
Because Chad is a purist. He's a gi guy through and through. When it comes to no gi, we kind of look at each other and we're both like, all right, here we go.
Now, hey, listen. For all you gi people out there and all you no gi people out there, we love you equally. It's like you can't pick your favorite child. You're both equally worth.
know what,
I mean,
it's-
equally great. You're
I've seen everybody. This happens a lot of times. You see a person that loves no gi, then he goes to gi school. Now the guy loves gi.
for sure.
You just kind of accept what your environment gives you. Basically, when Randy was with us when he started, he was the biggest no gi guy there was, dude. Oh, I'm
Absolutely.
a 10th planet, Mr. 10th
Absolutely.
Planet. Now he went to Precision. Oh, I love the gi, man. No gi sucks.
And Esther was the other way,
Shout out
right?
to Randy.
Esther was like, I only like the gi, but then we got her into no gi, and she's like, I like no gi.
No, she hates no gi.
Yeah, she thinks
Yeah,
she
she still doesn't like no gi. But she does it, though. I'll give her credit.
She does it. And she tries really hard at it. And that's the thing. It's like, I think you need to train both.
Gotta train. Yeah, you do have to train both. Like,
I don't enjoy doing no gi the way that I enjoy training in the gi, but I do it.
Yeah, see, that's literally the opposite for me. Like, I don't enjoy the gi, but I force myself to do it.
Okay,
I want to be a
so we're
well-rounded grappler.
We're like the three bears because I like them both.
And he doesn't
You
care.
like them both.
I'm right in the middle.
You sort of like, I sort of. We're great.
Yeah, there you
We're
go.
great.
Yeah. Because I will say this, because I do the majority of training is going to be no gi. You know that, right?
For sure.
Heavy leg locks, that's like my game, right? And I notice that, like, when I do the gi, like, I'm sorry, if I don't train in the gi, my upper body attacks start they start diminishing a little bit because I'm doing so much leg locks. And then I put the gi on. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a little rusty. I gotta like get back in it. So I did some gi training this last week, and I was like, I felt pretty good now.
Hell yeah.
But like I would notice like my Kimuras, like I don't do leg locks in the gi intentionally because I want to work on just my guard passing and upper body attacks.
You're missing out.
Yeah. Only leg locks I do
No,
my
not in the gi
freaking
though,
belly,
because
my
I do
belly
it all.
down.
That's all I do in no gi. That's
that's
all
for
I do
sure.
is leg locks.
But there's so many other setups
but I
in
just
the
don't like the
gi.
gi.
I love the belly down knee bar. and
that's
I
a
love
dog
that.
bar. That's not even a knee bar, it's a dog bar.
And I love that freaking what the hell is it? The dragon bite.
I
It's
don't
a
like
cool. It's a good foot lock.
It's
And
fun.
twisting foot lock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all
East
fun.
Coast.
I compete in both.
Right.
Like my black belt debut was nogi, and I did
Oh,
okay,
nogi Europeans, nogi pans, nogi worlds. I didn't get to compete until January in the gi as a black belt, and I was like, ugh,
It's like,
I guess I'm
ready?
doing it.
Guess it's gonna happen.
Gotta commit,
And you did. I'm sure.
and it was fine.
Yeah.
It's just not the same.
It's
You
not
should
the
do
same.
both at the end of the day.
You should do it all. Exactly.
Yes.
Freaking
Be a
train
well-rounded
me.
grappler.
Be that.
Yes.
So, I'm gonna volleyball it over to you again, Rod.
Go for it.
All right, I'm gonna keep going then. So, what do you have planned? What's going on? So, I hear some shit.
There's a lot. There's a lot going on. So I am leaving Sacramento.
No.
Oh no, we're leaving.
I'm leaving.
We're losing another
On
one.
a jet plane. Don't know when she'll be back
Actually,
again.
no, I'm driving.
Oh,
Womp
shit.
womp. But my entire family is in North Carolina.
Okay.
I've been out here for 9 years by myself, and there were opportunities that came about to take me back east.
Okay.
And it was a hard decision. There were a lot of tears shed about it,
Sure.
but had a great conversation with Chad, and even he kind of agrees that like he's been waiting for this moment. Like, I knew you were gonna get your black belt, you were gonna get offered like teaching positions, and eventually you were gonna fly out of the nest.
Dude, eventually
and
guys,
so,
like a couple months. Eventually
So-
came quick.
yeah, it came. Well, I got a teaching offer when I was a brown belt to go teach full time in Arizona, and he was like, "This is the tip of the iceberg."
Wow.
Because that's what I truly love to do. I love to teach jiu-jitsu. Competing's great. Teaching's awesome.
It is.
It is the best. So I will be moving and driving cross
that's a long drive.
country
Oh my God,
to
that's
North Carolina.
She's going from one NC to a new NC.
Right?
Yes.
From NorCal to North Carolina.
Yeah, but my whole family's there. I went to college there. It feels like the right time to
It's like a
go
homecoming.
home.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a homecoming.
And Sacramento, I love Sacramento. I love California, but it's never truly felt like home.
Yeah, I get it.
It's where
I get
you
it.
So
live.
it's where I live, and there's
And
I'm
I love,
not
hey, look,
home
you can
anyways.
love where you live, right? You can love where you live.
Yeah.
But you're an East Coast girl.
I'm literally never here.
Yeah.
I'm here like Monday through Thursday
Okay.
most of the time, and then I'm gone somewhere.
Jet set.
That's a drive.
Who
Dude.
knows?
I've never gone that far.
Where?
I've driven to Chicago a couple times, and I've driven to Michigan. That takes about 4 or 5 days.
Yeah,
It's gonna take
I
you like
drove-
7, 8 days. I think 8 days.
I'm
I drove from
taking
California to New Jersey.
That's a
Yeah.
oh my goodness,
It's
that's a
kick-ass.
drive.
when I moved out here, I did it in 5 days, but that was like
ballin'.
9 hours a day. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna take about 7 to get out there, and then I booked seminars along the
Oh,
drive.
smart.
So it's like
Wow.
every other day I have a
Dude,
seminar.
she is in it,
Holy
bro.
crap,
Oh my
that's
God.
super cool.
Yeah. So I've met just the best people in the
Jiu-jitsu road
community.
trip.
And they're like, "Are you coming through my town? Can I set you up? Do you need a place to stay? You want to teach a seminar? How much do you want us to charge?" And I'm like, I love
That
you.
is awesome.
You believe in me?
Damn, that's like super cool. I'm really, really impressed by that.
Yeah.
That's
so like
freaking
cross country
super cool.
moves aren't cheap. I don't know if you guys know this.
That's all right. They're
But
not.
so it's paid for. It's done.
So do you have like have you noticed throughout the seminars a certain demographic, or is it just random, or do you have a specific?
I do it all. I offer it all. I get booked a lot more for women only, which is great. They are my favorite population to teach because I don't think a lot of women get to be taught by a woman.
Okay, true.
And so it's this like unicorn moment. And I'm like, I'm the unicorn. That's cool. I love that. And so I love to teach women. I do a lot of what I do in competition. That's how I like to teach because these are tried and true methods. Like, hey, I've won shit with this stuff. That's why I'm teaching it to you. And it's nothing flashy. It's nothing crazy. It's just fundamentals.
Fundamentals is what usually works.
But I don't feel like a lot of people get certain techniques broken down enough.
Got it.
And if you can understand the physics behind a lot of the jiu-jitsu techniques, then things start to click a little quicker.
You speak the language of jiu-jitsu better.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep.
I love it.
And those little light bulb moments, I live for those. Like you move your hip an inch, and the whole move changed. And I'm like,
it's crazy how that works.
Yes.
hallelujah, we did it.
And then what they'll start to do and what they'll start to recognize is that there's similarities in so many different movements. And it's like when I teach, again, we're talking about basics, I'll do 7 or 8 moves that all set up exactly the same way. And they're like, holy shit, I get this. It's like, this is the part I need to know. Then I can just branch off into whichever direction I want for the finish.
And it's like at the foundation, we're looking at fulcrums, we're looking at lever lengths, and we're looking at how to distribute weight. That's like basic jiu-jitsu right there. And if you can understand those pieces, golden.
Sweet. Are you going to like record any of your sessions as you go? Like, as you go, you just have some people do it, freaking Instagram your road trip?
Yeah, so I'm going to do like a follow along with me kind of scenario. I don't particularly like my seminars being recorded because like I make money off that shit.
Fair enough.
And if it's just out there, then it's like, well, why are they gonna bring me in?
That's true.
Like,
just watch your
it's all right
videos.
there. Just watch it right there.
Fair enough.
So I'll do like a follow along.
Okay.
But so we'll see. There's
You
so
just like
much shit to
follow
do.
along and you just like stand
Buy
up
my
and say,
tutorial.
today I'm at, and you just put like the name of this place and have everybody go hi, and then.
But I went and taught at a camp in Milwaukee back in February. BT Dub, Milwaukee in February is very cold. I was like, yeah, this sounds sick. And then I started looking more into it, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to freeze.
It's like this sucks.
I don't do the cold.
From North Carolina?
Yeah, and it's not really cold there.
It's not really warm.
But it's like, but it's not
It
cold.
has
There's
4
not
seasons,
feet
though. You're right.
of snow.
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I met a lot of great people at this camp, and most of them do the Globetrotters camps. And so they found out I was moving.
Those are legit.
Yeah, and they have the best time from what I hear. So I want to go do one. But a lot of these people are bringing me to their school from me teaching at one camp. So one camp created like 10 seminars for me.
Nice.
And I'm like, I love you guys.
Great. Yeah.
That's freaking cool.
Yeah.
That's super impressive.
I'm like, is this community? It's crazy.
They like me. They really like me.
But everyone's really supportive, and I love it. They like me.
Right? Good stuff.
They like my jiu-jitsu.
Okay, so going back to the females, you teaching females. Is there anything that like what advice would you give like up and comer, women, or even just a girl that's just starting out? Is there anything that you wish you knew when you started that you learned the hard way?
God bless.
That's a multifaceted
How much
question.
time do we have?
I know, really.
So I didn't start with a great group of women. I didn't really have somebody to look up to that was like directly around me. And we touched on this last episode too. I just didn't have a great experience at my first school, but I had my sister across the country. So like we could bounce stuff off each other. But my biggest piece of advice to women is to understand that you are part of a really cool and inclusive community. Whatever you're going through on the mat, some other woman in the gym has already been through it. And so I think sometimes women have a hard time opening up and like being okay with being enveloped into this community. And that's something Liz and I have tried really hard to do at Precision. We're like, no, we love all of you. Talk to us. We want to help you through whatever's going on. Because guarantee we've been through it. And if we haven't, we know someone who has. Because it's being a woman in jiu-jitsu is hard.
Yeah.
And we have a different, unique experience than the men do.
For sure.
Because we're just outnumbered.
Yeah.
Always. And that's not going to change. That is never going to change, in my opinion.
I don't know. The Facebook effect.
Here we go.
He thinks
But
once you get enough people on Facebook, it stops being cool, and then it starts to change.
Like once your parents start.
Yeah,
doing
my
it.
niece makes fun of me for having a Facebook. And she's like, ew, that's for old people.
Right?
What?
Seriously.
All right. But yeah, it's my biggest piece of advice to women now or just starting is to lean on the community of women that you have around you. Because they're going to be your training partners. They're going to become some of your best friends.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to be at your weddings, your baby's shower, all of the things. But a lot of women don't want to get close too soon. And then they end up leaving jiu-jitsu. And it's like, just open yourself up to it.
Why do you think that is?
So many reasons. Creepy men sometimes. I think the physicality of jiu-jitsu is really hard for women to get over.
It's a close sport, yeah.
It's really hard to teach a woman how to be aggressive if they are not inherently already aggressive.
Right.
I came in like guns blazing. Like, I have been a scrappy bitch my whole life.
Right.
So like, this sport was perfect for me.
But I get it though.
But it's not for everybody.
It's
but I
not.
think
No.
everybody should try
I
it.
say jiu-jitsu is
Agreed.
for
Yeah,
everybody.
No, it's not.
It's actually not.
It's not.
Everyone should try it.
Totally.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to know it's not for you unless you try it. But I think it just rubs a lot of women the wrong way, and it rubs a lot of men the wrong way too.
Oh, for sure.
Like, honestly, no, this is advice you can give me because honestly, like when there's new women, they come in, I just avoid them, bro. Seriously. Like, I just do just because like it's awkward. I know that maybe I don't want to roll with that guy. You know, maybe he's, you know, a big bald-headed guy. So, you know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. It's like, I don't want to be intimidating, and I just rather leave them alone. And when they feel comfortable in like 6 months, they'll ask me to roll. I'm here for you.
As
Right,
long
so it
as
won't be
there's
Yeah.
like, there has to be somebody that can take them
know,
under their
I
wing.
know,
you know,
but it's
so
not
it's
me.
it's hard, and like, please don't let it be me. And I struggle with this too. Like, if we get new white belt women, there's a little part of me that's like, well, why am I going to invest if she's not going to stay?
Well, what do you say, Ron?
Yo, they don't even have souls.
There
at
you
white
go.
belt. White belts don't have souls.
They don't even have names.
You get a soul at blue belt.
I call everybody Mike
Right? Or hey,
until
you.
they get a blue
We
belt.
should call them Mike and Jane.
Mike James.
Mike and Jane.
Half of our gym is named Mike, and so at lineup, most nights I'm just like, good job, Mike.
awesome.
Good job, Mike. Good job, Mike. Their
that's
name's
so
not
funny. That
Mike.
is so
They don't
funny.
care.
That's
Right.
hilarious.
But it's
No, but
really
there's-
hard to invest.
No, you're right.
If I'm like, they're
100%
going
right.
to quit in a month.
Yeah, the
And there
guys
goes
too,
my
though.
time.
And
So
I think the
it's-
turnover rate would be higher with the women.
Yeah, it is. And we have, admittedly, a hard time getting new females through the door.
Absolutely.
Because I have a feeling they look at like our Instagram page and they see myself and they see Liz crushing it,
Oh, yeah.
which is great. But most of our women are purple and brown belts.
Right.
Okay.
That's intimidating to walk into, and I
Right. It's like,
understand
where's
that.
all the white belt
But
women?
even-
they
Yeah.
don't stay.
Yeah. Even seeing you though, they're gonna think like this is like a full-on competitor. That might be intimidating for them, you know.
And if
There's
I'm in
there's no
camp-
winning.
Yeah, if I'm in camp, like, one, they don't want to roll with me.
That's what I was gonna ask you. How do the other women treat you? Like, let's say there's like a blue belt. Are they like scared to roll, or how do they?
I don't think anybody's scared to
Or
roll.
apprehensive, let's say.
I think they know that it's not going to be a good time.
Ugh.
If I'm in camp, that's a different
Oh, you're a
Kelsey.
different mindset. You got that.
Yeah. Then I'm in there to like murder,
Yeah.
get my rounds
There you go.
in,
Yeah.
go home.
That's when they're there. They're food.
I teach a lot less when I'm in camp. Like, I'm less inclined to help.
Okay.
Okay.
If I'm not in camp, I'm like, oh my God, ask me everything. I'm here for you. I love you guys. I'm a little Care Bear when I'm not in camp. But when I'm in camp, like, I'm there for a mission. And it's to win a gold medal when I go compete.
That's fair.
Sorry, this round is not going to be fun for you.
Ugh.
But
Damn.
they know it. They know it. They shake
yeah.
my hand anyway, and we slap bump and we go.
That's cool.
I'm
Do
still
a lot of the
nice.
girls like? Do they ask you to roll? Do they like, hey, Kelsey, you want to roll? Or they?
I usually call out my people. I'm like, hey, I'm going to roll
Okay.
with you. You're going to be next. You're going to
Okay.
be after her.
All right, that's cool.
Let's go. Let's get it together.
All right.
And see, and I know we had talked about this before. Do you see it more as a sport versus a martial art? And you always said it was a sport. And because it's more of a sport to you, I think that people wouldn't have the same apprehension of asking you as a black belt to roll, because they're not like, oh, bow to your sensei. Like, you don't come off like that.
Yeah. God, I hope not. People still call me call me professor, and I'm like,
no, but I think that's appropriate. They should. No, they should, because you teach and you're a black belt and you're a competitor. You're a professor. You got to own that.
I know,
that's
but
a
it's
martial
weird.
art. That's a martial arty kind of thing, though.
You are Professor Kelsey.
So
now, if you're a student black belt, we talked about this.
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
a black belt who just comes in and beats everybody up, I'm not calling you professor.
Yeah.
Like, you're just a black belt. You're cool and everything, but.
And like, I go old school with it. Like, I'll wear my black belt with the white bar when I'm just like there to train.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'll wear my red bar when I'm like, I am a student. I want to help teach.
Okay.
So I am traditional in that mindset where it's like, now does half the room know the difference between those? No.
Probably not.
Do they care? No. I care though.
Yeah.
And it differentiates the training session for me in my mental
It's
state.
like a switch. You can say, you know what? This has me going this way. This has me going this way.
Yep.
Totally like it. I like it. But again, it's such a weird thing. It's more people are moving away from jiu-jitsu as a martial art, and they only see it as a sport.
It's a sport.
They only see it as a sport. It's like, are you here because you want to do self-defense? Less and less, man.
Less and less, man.
Yeah. It's less and less. Yeah. So this was another great question. I'm telling you, we got you. We can actually kind of revisit some of our old questions. So you've been doing jiu-jitsu for how long first?
I'm in, I have to do math. Year 8.
Okay. Perfect. Would you say, let me see, because you hit the ground running, you loved it immediately.
Yes.
But let's say 5 years in, right? 5 years in, you are clearly thoroughly immersed in the jiu-jitsu world. Mm-hmm. That's your shit, right? That's my jam. So, how many new friends did you make who don't do jiu-jitsu after that year 5?
Oh, yeah,
0.
0.
That was 2 weeks ago. That was a good episode.
There we go. I'm telling you.
Our theories are sound.
No new friends. Did a whole episode on it.
If you haven't seen it, go back 2 weeks. That episode is out. That was a good one.
And sometimes I'm like, I need a new social circle, because jiu-jitsu is my entire life. Mm-hmm. It's my job. It's my social circle. It's my besties. They're my family. My family does jiu-jitsu.
Right.
So I have moments where I'm like, do I need other people in my life? And then I'm like, what would I talk about?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
What the hell would you do with them? Yeah, books.
And
It's
the flip side, they'd be
My
like,
jiu-jitsu friends,
Yeah.
we read the same books. So
Yeah.
I don't need new friends.
You're right.
I love my friends and I love my life, and there's nothing I would change about it. But there are those moments where I'm like, wow, there's normal people out there who don't do
normies.
jiu-jitsu.
But then they would be like, that Kelsey girl just talks about jiu-jitsu
And that
all
would
the
be the
time.
thing.
Yeah.
They wouldn't actually like you.
I'd be annoying. That's
Yep.
so
And
annoying.
they'd be annoying to you. You know,
Hell
it just
yeah.
doesn't fit anymore.
Like, could you imagine if your new best friend was a CrossFitter? You would kill each other. Well, you'd kill
Try
her.
burping your way out of an arm bar.
Yeah, you can't burpee your way out of an arm bar.
I can't do, like, full disclosure, I went on 2 dates with a guy a couple years ago.
Right.
Doesn't train.
Oh, it's already doomed to fail.
Doomed to fail. But, like, I wanted to try something new. Like,
Yeah.
maybe this will work. It did not. But so I found myself getting really annoyed with all of the questions about jiu-jitsu, because the guy watched like some UFC fights.
Okay,
He thought he knew things, and he was like, so that's how an armbar works. And I'm like, that's not how an armbar works.
It's like, well, but if you did this, you could probably get out.
And so I just got increasingly more frustrated and annoyed. And I was like, my brother in Christ, this is never going to work. I got to end this. 2 dates.
That's funny.
We made it 2 dates. And I was like,
Hey.
no, can't do it.
But was he like an alpha type guy, you know, like more of a man's man fight, or was he like a not so manly guy? Like, oh, you kick my
Somewhere in
ass, Kelsey?
between.
Was he one of those?
It's just like kind of somewhere in between.
Because if he's patronizing her, you'll kick my ass and all that, then it's like,
That's what we get a lot of. It's like, but you triangle me. Bro, shut up.
yeah.
I will, and it's not going to be enjoyable.
Yeah, you're not going to
You're not going to like it here.
Yeah, you
blood vessels in their eyes
Yeah.
popping and shit.
Yeah. So no new friends, no people who don't train. I don't think I have the patience for it. And maybe that
And you
makes
don't
me a
need to.
bitch, and I don't care.
No. You don't have to
can't force
fucking
those
do
things.
that for anybody.
Yeah.
Correct.
Hell no. Let them learn jujitsu. Come talk to you in 3 years after they've gotten
Exactly.
like their white belt and a couple stripes.
Come talk to me when you have a blue belt and a
there we go.
name
There
and
we
a
go.
soul.
Thank you. Otherwise, we can't be friends.
At least we know you're human if you have a blue belt.
People are gonna watch this and be like,
those guys are
You're like,
terrible.
"You're
"Y'all are
assholes."
mean."
Those are terrible.
Sorry.
But it's real talk though. I mean, I was saying like I went to the East Coast a couple weeks ago and saw all my friends and family and everything, and none of them do jujitsu. There was no jujitsu talk. So, hell, why'd you go there? None of them did jujitsu, and I only could hang out with them because I've known each and every single one of them for more than 24 years.
Yeah.
They were all friends and family from before I ever started training. Since then, I have no new friends that don't do jiu-jitsu. Not a single one in 24 years.
It's a whole immersive
really is.
experience, especially when you do it the way that we all do it.
Yeah.
This is our life.
We're in too deep.
And you got to understand that or it's never going to work.
Yeah.
It's never
It's
going to
true.
work.
I mean, even us, like, we don't compete. We're older, but still, like, we train a lot.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always at school. We teach. We're doing a freaking podcast about jiu-jitsu. Like, all I talk about is jiu-jitsu.
That's
jiu-jitsu.
it.
I mean,
That's
this
it.
is literally
It
my
takes over. It
entire
consumes you.
life.
It does.
I don't have
cool,
time
though.
for
It's freaking
anything
cool.
else.
I love this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't change any of that for the world.
Not at all.
Like, man, could you? I don't even want to say it, but could you imagine if for some reason jiu-jitsu was just stripped away from your life?
Oh, man.
COVID.
We did, yeah, for a minute.
I
there
mean, no,
was.
I
We had
mean,
like a
no.
taste.
We had, yeah, that was
of
a
it.
minute. A minute.
Yes,
of
that was, and even the people who didn't roll during COVID, they were sneaking in the gym.
Hell yeah,
they
we
were
were.
like,
Dude, we set up
"Look,
mats."
If the freaking governor can sneak off and go do something, we can
Yeah.
do it too. So
Man, when COVID hit, everything shut down. This is like the first couple of months when no school opened up.
Right.
We just set up mats. We had Captain Dan
Exactly.
open up his house, man. We had freaking
Exactly.
the whole
We
school
had-
over
I
there
mean-
rolled.
hell,
Shout out to Captain Dan for that one.
the
That was legit.
Gracies started doing online classes. I mean,
I have opinions.
we both have opinions, yes, but they did it nonetheless, right?
Sure.
They did it. They said, hey, we still have to have some kind of connection to jiu-jitsu. We can't let it go away. I'm saying, imagine if they go, nope, you're not allowed to stand in base anymore. You're not allowed to break fall. You can't do anything because jiu-jitsu is just out of your life. Could you? Like after having had it for so long,
Oh, man,
could
that's
you
rough.
imagine if it was stripped away?
It's horrible.
I would invest more in Muay Thai.
Oh, so
there
you'd
you
have
go.
to hurt somebody.
Another martial
I
art.
gotta
Get
hurt
over-
somebody.
Just to get over your jiu-jitsu withdrawals, you got to kick
I can't
somebody
just
in the
go
head.
to the gym and like lift weights.
gym,
What is
yeah.
that? I do it, but I do it for
for
jiu-jitsu.
something
There we
else.
go.
Yeah, that's why I never understood the guys that try to get all super jacked. It's like, okay, like what do you do with that though? It's like you
They're
reached your
intimidating.
pinnacle. Now
You just
what?
They're
walk
intimidating.
around.
You just
Exactly.
walk around looking jacked.
And then to get a UFC shirt, I trade UFC, bro.
Oh
That's
god.
it.
Maybe that's their martial.
God.
Their art is just being big and like
is, dude.
maybe physically trying to intimidate. I don't know. Maybe
Sure.
no one's gonna mess with you if you're jacked like that.
But like you could also actually learn how to fight.
Yeah,
You
for
know?
sure.
Yeah, but that takes freaking.
It takes
You have
work.
to check your ego. You have to be willing to get beat up before you can beat somebody up.
Does anybody actually check their ego though?
Okay, so I got.
I do.
I got one
Wait,
for
in
you,
fact,
Kelsey.
let me tell you about my ego. I happen to be the best ever at checking his ego. 'Cause my ego is so in check that nobody can check their ego better than I can check my ego.
That's
Thank
an
you very
oxymoron.
much. I'm
I
the
don't think it
best
works
ego
that way.
check- No, oh, my bad.
Speaking of checking egos, okay, do you get? Let's say you have a seminar. Maybe you get a couple of big dudes in there. Do they like try to call you out ever? Like it's a weird culture. And the reason I'm asking is this: when I was coming up, man, you didn't call out black belts. Period. Like it was
Yeah.
like you just. And now, like, hey, man, Rod, let's go, dude. You want to roll? You want to freaking
Every
blue
day.
belt? Like,
Yeah.
no, I'll get one of my blue belts. Go ahead, take care of him, man. It's like,
And it's when I do seminars and they're co-ed, I always make it a point to roll with the women first.
Okay.
Because in reality, that's why I'm in jiu-jitsu. I'm here to help grow the women's community in whatever capacity that I can. I love doing co-ed seminars because I can teach jiu-jitsu to anybody, man, woman, whatever. But I'm going to roll with the women first. If there's some big burly dude coming after me, I know it's not because he wants to train and have a
Exactly.
great round.
Yeah.
He wants to prove something.
exactly.
I can tap a
And
black belt.
yeah, I've been dealing with that since I was a purple belt. And I was like, No. So I can usually spot them
Yeah.
Right.
from a mile away. Like, you are ill-intentioned
Yeah.
and I'm going to get hurt.
Yeah.
I have a target on my back. I understand that. But I am also the black belt in the room.
Yeah.
I get to tell you no.
You control the pace.
That's the beauty of being a black belt.
The room.
Yeah. And I try to relay that to any female as well. I'm like, look, no is a complete sentence.
There
you
it
don't
is.
have to roll with anybody you don't want to roll to.
And you don't have to explain
No
it.
means no.
No.
What do we
No
tell
means
her?
no.
Go with one of my blue belts first.
Yeah, for sure. Oh,
Yeah.
dude. I
And-
send people off on other people all the time.
All the
Yeah.
time. That's the beauty of being a black belt.
And like,
They don't need to get you anyway. They don't go straight to the top. You got to go through the lower belts anyway.
Work your way up.
Yeah.
It's like a video game. You don't get to fight
you
the
just
boss.
go- yeah.
The
You
final
see,
boss.
Bring yourself up.
And here's
is
the thing
weird.
too. What's silly about the whole thing is that they wouldn't get anything on you. Those guys aren't going to beat you in jiu-jitsu. You
Correct.
might get injured.
Yeah.
You know, and now you can't train or something just for
They're
this
going to
guy's
hold me in
ego.
side control
Yeah.
for 6
Yeah.
minutes.
It's like, okay,
Great.
we hugging for 5
Don't
minutes
just
or what?
neck crank the shit out
Like,
of you.
what did either one of us
There's-
get out of that?
Yeah, neither one of you learned nothing. It's
Yeah.
silly. So yeah.
The best you can say is, oh, I survived some psycho who
Yeah.
was trying to hurt me.
Like, even at Precision, when we do specific training, we have like everybody lined up on the wall. We have the people in the middle. You're coming through and stuff. If some dude starts walking towards me that I know I don't want to train with, I
Yeah.
go, hey, no,
That's good, dude.
turn around. You
That's
come with
good.
me.
That's good.
I'll start calling them out. But like, I've been doing this for a while.
I noticed. No, you know what? But honestly, at some point you do it. Like I'm older now, dude. So like I want to preserve this body. I don't want to go into my
You have nothing to
elderly
prove.
years. I have nothing to prove. So I turn away roles all the time. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
man, go get one of my pro belts, dude. I'm like, oh, get this guy for me.
And even
yeah,
still,
right.
like,
Yeah, you've built
There's-
up.
and
You've
here's the
built
thing, too.
people up who can freaking act as your front line. That's
And here's the
for
thing
sure.
too. There's enough young people in there. You don't need to try to come and get me right now. There's
Yeah.
a plethora of guys
like
ready
what's
to
the
roll with.
purpose here?
What's our purpose?
What's your
Yeah.
intention?
Yeah.
What are you trying to get out of this round? But it's one, I'm not 20 years old,
Yeah.
but I'm also an active competitor. And further note, this is my job.
Right.
I
Yeah.
can't
You can't
get
afford to get
injured
hurt.
or I can't teach.
Correct.
There go.
That's
Who's
your
paying
money.
my bills?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So-
she went to freaking old Destiny's Child. Can
Yeah.
you pay
Pay
my
my bills.
bills? Can you pay
Like
my
you
telephone
you can
bills?
roll with me if you're gonna pay my rent next
Yeah.
month. But it's there's
My
just a
car
lot of
note.
factors.
Hell yeah.
My hair did.
It's like, oh, you
Yeah.
want to roll? First cash at me.
But yeah, I think that's actually leads to your earlier question of advice for females.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
don't have to train with everybody.
Yeah.
I thought at white and blue belt that I had to train with the men because I had to prove how fucking tough I was. I got so many stupid injuries that I could have avoided.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought I had to because I didn't
the
have
point.
anyone telling me
don't.
you don't have to roll with them.
They don't tell you that though. They don't really. It's not something you teach. It's something you just kind of have to figure out
Yeah.
on your
Learn,
own.
right.
But you're right.
Yeah.
And-
Thrown
and
to
it's
the wolves.
unfortunate because the downside to that is that's where you're going to get all your people dropping out and getting hurt and they're going, this shit is not for
Yeah.
me.
See,
it's like a bunch
we're
of
bringing
psychos.
awareness. We are influencing right now. We're bringing awareness
Yes,
to
we
these
are.
things. No, but even for the
We
guys,
are.
like the older guys, like we had that old cat come in the
Yeah,
other day.
yeah.
I tell him like, dude, as you get older, because he was my age, I always wanted to see like, what's it like rolling with somebody your age? It was cool,
Yeah.
And we both chilled. We weren't trying to, kill each other.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, I pick and choose my roles sometimes.
Dude,
Like,
his flow roll was smooth.
yeah, he was like, yeah, really? I'm like,
Smooth.
yeah, really, dude. Like, you got to preserve yourself.
Yeah.
Really cool guy,
But even like if I see one of our smaller females like getting called out by a bigger dude, I'll look at her and be like, hey,
Yeah.
don't roll.
I'll separate people all the time. Yeah.
So-
I'm like, you go roll with
Yeah, that's a good call.
Mike.
And
Looking out for your
also-
students.
That's good to have someone like you to be the brake
Yes.
pedal, though, because they don't know how to say no.
Yeah.
So you see it, and you're like, I'm going to help you avoid this freaking bad
Yeah.
time. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's very good, too. That's actually really, really helpful
Those are my
to
women.
have somebody. Yeah, that's good shit.
The men can take care of themselves. But my women, I will always take care of them. That's my
What's
job.
up. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
I can respect
It
that.
is nice seeing them progress though, because like we have those two girls, that tiniest little girls. Like they probably weigh like $110
Dude.
each.
Oh,
They're
little
probably-
ones.
She came
they're so
back
tiny.
Friday, and when she walked through the
They're-
door, I was like, holy shit, I thought you quit.
No, not her. No.
Oh, well, you know who I'm
No, I'm
talking
talking about the two girls.
Oh,
That girl
they're
just started.
great.
These two girls
Yes.
have actually. You're seeing development. Like
Yes,
these
yes.
girls they're so tiny.
Yeah.
And they're just you wouldn't think that they'd even be doing jiu-jitsu basically, right? These two cute little chicks,
But
just
they are
Yeah.
getting good. They're actually
getting good, bro.
It's starting to click.
Yes,
I
it's
love
starting
clicking.
to click.
And you could tell that they were kind of like apprehensive about, especially rolling. But now both of them are rolling. They come without each other. They don't need the support system anymore. I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah,
like the little
they're
tiny
really,
one was
really
rolling like she was killing it. Her and
Like
Shorter
little
was
pit
going at it
bulls.
like they're fighting. I'm like, oh my God. Is this the same girl?
I have a question for you guys then. So there are gyms out there where you don't get to roll until you have like 1 or 2 stripes on your white belt.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that? Do you think that's safe? Do you think it's smart?
I'll let you go
do you
first,
think
and
it's
then
stupid?
I'll give you my.
Well, I might be jaded because I just came up under the old system. Like I don't
Go get your
I
ass
think you
beat
should-
day
yeah,
one.
They throw you to the wolves.
Yep.
I say step in, but with those 2 girls, for example, I said just roll when you feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Roll with each other, and then roll with other women. And now they just kind of naturally started rolling with the guys. Now it's just kind of the problem took care of itself.
Yeah.
So I don't have any strong feelings against it.
Right. And I do. I mean, again, old school jiu-jitsu. It was like you fight, and then if you don't like it, quit.
Yeah.
And that's how that's kind of how we came in.
That's how I came
right.
in.
Yeah.
And I like it, but then the educator in me goes, that's not necessarily the best way.
Yeah.
Right. There are better ways to do it than just being a fucking barbarian all the time. And it's like,
Then
this
why are
is
you
the
showing wrist
gentle
locks
art.
to white belts?
Well, I do not, damn it. I do not wrist lock or even show wrist locks to white belts.
I do.
I refuse. That's crazy. I don't do it.
No shame. I do.
Yeah.
Correction. I will show them that it's there.
Fair enough.
I will never finish the wrist
Never.
lock on a white belt.
I won't wrist lock anyone until they hit their blue belt, and when they do, that's all they get for like the first month. I just wrist lock them left and right.
See, even then, I show them that it's there, and then I move on.
Not
I'll
me.
go, haha, wrist
Not
lock.
me. I go
I
boom,
move on.
boom, boom,
No,
6,
that's- I
7,
like
8 wrist locks in one freaking round.
I do that with like heel hooks all the time. I just hold it. I look at it. They don't even know I got it. I just let it go. Like no pressure at all.
Little
Just
catch and release.
Yeah. Half the time they're not even aware of it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's very nice. They're very aware
Well,
of
I'm
my
just
wrist
trying
locks.
to practice. I'm not trying to be altruistic. This is for my own benefit.
Dude, I got the gnarliest wrist lock at Gi Europeans in January. That thing crunched like dry spaghetti noodles in my hand.
yeah.
And when she tapped, I was like,
Sorry.
are you okay? Like, I haven't panicked that way with a submission before, ever.
like, I
and I
think
was
I
like,
broke
"Are you
it."
okay. I broke her wrist. And she's Brazilian, and she's like, I'm fine.
There you go. She
Are you
went
sure?
home. She's in the cast now.
I tried to find her on Instagram, but it's private.
She
whatever,
deleted it.
Whatever.
She deleted her Instagram. She's like, I can't fucking
I gotta
be seen
hide
with
for a
this.
minute. But
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I broke somebody's wrist. I'm so sorry. It's like arms and knees are one thing, but like a wrist.
Hey, man. If
It's
they
crunchy.
didn't want to get wrist locked, if you don't want your wrist broken, don't touch me.
That's fair.
How about that? Don't touch me.
Just
Keep
don't,
your hands
just don't
to
even
yourself.
slap bump with me. It's fine.
Exactly. Oh my God, I'm gonna do it because it was hilarious. I was cracking jokes with my brother on this. There's a meme video with Denzel Washington and Jamie Foxx where he reaches out and he grabs me and says, "Get your fucking hands off me!"
Oh my God.
I love that video
Hell
every
yeah.
time.
That's how it is when somebody reaches out and I'm wrist locking. I'm like, hey man, should have
You
touched
put
me.
it there.
Exactly. That's funny. But I never wrist lock white belts. That is a lie.
There's a line.
Yes.
I was thinking about this.
I
This-
will not cross that.
It's kind of going off subject a little bit, but going back to your competitions.
Yeah.
Do you think that like the competitive, like the landscape has changed a lot for women? I bet you there's a lot more tough females now than there were back in the day, like when you first started.
Yeah. So it's been an interesting journey through the belts, competition wise. I like at white belt, I had big brackets, and I'm in kind of the most common weight class. I fight at lightweight. We're 129 to 141 in terms of pounds. So we're all sitting like 130 to 135.
Okay.
That's kind of average for women.
Yeah.
So my bracket's always been the biggest. White belt, I had a shit ton. Blue belt, I had like 48 people in my bracket for Master Worlds.
Sheesh.
Purple belt, that shit dropped. And I was like, where'd everybody go? But in that Master 1, 30 to 35 range, women are having children.
Oh, you're right.
So
Oh,
they
yeah.
start to
Disappear.
disappear,
Yeah.
but then eventually they come back. But those
Right.
of us
Yeah.
who did not take that route, I'm a black belt now. Those women are coming back as purple belts.
Purples. Yep.
Yeah.
So they have
That's interesting.
more of a ladder to climb. Brown belt, even fewer females. But now black belt, the numbers start to rise again because at Master 1 black belt, these chicks could have gotten their black belt at 20.
Right.
15 years ago.
Yeah.
Michelle Nicolini is in my bracket, and she is a jiu-jitsu idol of mine. And I'm like, oh, shit.
Right. She's been a black belt for a minute.
She's going to beat the fuck out of me someday. And I can't wait. But so the numbers are really big, and then purple, brown, they kind of disappear. Huh. And then black belt, we're back.
Yeah.
So it's weird.
Okay.
And it's been an interesting like road to navigate because I'm looking at all of the divisions to see how many matches I can get, how I can capitalize on the most jiu-jitsu possible. And I'm like, okay, so it's still my division, but now there's only like 10 of us as opposed to 40 something.
Is that the most common weight class for, let's say, the black belts? What's the most common weight class?
Still lightweight.
Oh, really?
So just across the board, basically.
Yeah, we're just kind of the average. We're the average ones.
So jiu-jitsu women are inherently on the smaller side than you're going to say.
Yeah. Yeah. And I will say I'm like an anomaly for the weight class because I am so tall.
Taller, right.
I just happen to also be super skinny. So it's like, it's funny. Even when I get third on the podium, you'll look at these pictures. I'm as tall as the chick in first.
Those body
like,
types
hello.
that are good, though, especially in the gi.
Oh, yeah.
That body type with the long legs and long arms.
Yeah.
It's just triangle killer.
Triangle City.
Triangles all day.
Hell damn yeah.
And it's so fun for me because like these girls are a foot shorter than me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey,
I got
we're
this.
in the same division. Because, you get in the bullpen and you're looking around and you're like, who's my first match? Nobody expects it to be me.
Yeah.
Unless they already know who I am. They're like, oh, this
oh,
bitch.
it's you?
This giraffe about to walk on the mat right here. It's fun for me.
Hell yeah.
Not so fun for them.
See, I think it matters less in no gi, the size disparity.
Yes. I would
The
agree.
height.
Agreed.
In the gi, you're hating life, dude.
Plus, the
You're
long
freaking-
legs could be a freaking detriment.
Yeah, because you can get the legs.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I don't like no-gi. People are attacking my heels.
They're after them, yeah.
Because they're there.
Little ankle biters like the dog. Speaking of dogs, how's your dog?
He's good. He's going to drive cross country with
Oh,
me.
my goodness.
So we're going to go on an adventure.
That's pretty good.
And I think that's actually what people want to see the behind the scenes of. They're like, yeah. Kelsey's going cross country, but what's Hank doing? He's my little sidekick.
What kind of dog is he? I forgot.
He's a cattle dog.
Oh, I do.
Little
remember.
milkshake, cookies and cream looking thing.
Yeah, okay, I don't know.
He's the best.
Yeah.
My little ride or die.
All right.
But a week in a car is going to be something else.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
So what about like working out? Like, do you do? Because you said you do weight training too.
I do.
Right. Okay. So how many days do you weight train? When you
I do 3 days a week.
Oh, that's good.
wow.
Okay.
Yep.
And then what about jits?
7.
Hell yeah.
Bro, I wish I was
day.
young.
Do as I
That's
say,
so
not
young.
as I do.
Dude, see, that's youth right there. Oh,
Like-
that's how we know you're young. Because that just telling us that.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm in my mid 30s.
Okay, that's young.
That's where I'll
young.
leave that.
You're in your
I
prime.
could do Master 2
Okay, that's
if I
good,
wanted to. But for strength and conditioning, that's what my master's degree is in. So I've
Okay.
never been able to leave the weight room behind.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
it's
that's
part
my
of your life.
education.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
get it. Same here.
It's just changed to benefit jujitsu more than
Yeah.
anything else.
Yeah, the
so,
style of training. I get it.
But it's fun.
Perfect
I
sense.
enjoy it. It's my solo time. Like jujitsu's so social that's my moment to be like headphones,
Yeah.
hood up,
Hell
bitch
yeah.
face
Zone
on.
out. Freaking
Nobody
blinders
talks to me.
on.
I'm
RBF.
gonna lift these heavy things. They're not that heavy, but still.
I'll buy it.
but still,
It's probably
Military
heavier than
press.
most.
I try. But I'm still small.
Shit. Well, you're going to be going soon, I'm guessing?
May 1st.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's right around the corner.
You're going to come back
Don't
and do
remind me.
seminars and stuff, right?
Yeah, so I'm gonna come do seminars. I'm gonna come back for like a week before Master Worlds to
Okay.
get like a training camp in or part of it here, with all the girlies. And then I'll be back. I'll be around. All I do is travel. It's not gonna take me to California.
So her life is not changing really. Just she's traveling from a different
Just a
place.
different,
Yes.
different point of origin.
I have a
Yeah, different
different
point of
airport now.
There you go. There you go.
But
Nah,
it's like the
that's so cool.
same size as Sacramento's airport. It's easy to get to.
I love this airport.
Yeah, me
Sac
too.
is an
In and out.
amazing airport. I'll give
Dude,
Sacramento
I love
that.
this
Their
airport.
airport
In
is
and out. I showed up for my flight the other day, 30 minutes before we started boarding,
big
and I
deal,
was
huh?
like, all right, I'm good.
I know.
No stress. No nothing.
Because I get
TSA
appointment
pre-check.
anxiety. I'll try to get there an hour early, and I'm like, oh my God, why'd I do that?
Yeah,
At
why'd I do
Sacramento
that?
Airport, you could go right on time. You're
Yeah.
good.
I've only had one bad experience where I actually had to wait in a line, and I was
Oh.
like, ew, what is this?
I was going to say, make those Abu Dhabi guys buy you a clear and TSA pre-check.
I have the pre-check.
Hell yeah.
The pre-check is a
Hell
lifesaver.
yeah. I'm like, take off my shoes. What am I, a
I'm taking
peasant?
off my my sweatshirt. lost your mind.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
I'm not walking around a barefoot airport. Ew. Germs.
Yeah, as we go and get sweat on all day.
That's
afterwards.
different.
It's totally different.
It's jujitsu sweat.
I volunteered for that.
Yeah.
I did not
Volunteers
volunteer to be barefoot in an airport.
True that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait. One more thing.
Oh, what you got?
You don't have collie, do you?
No.
Okay. So what if you get collie? Is that gonna be that's where the line stops? Or are you one of those where you're like,
death
"Screw it, I got
knell,
collie,
right?
Bring it. Which one are you? There's two different types of females.
I don't really care. I have the littlest of like bubbles from when I was a white
Beginnings
belt.
of a collie.
Yeah, so like it's been drained because it was big when I was a white belt. I thought I wanted to play bottom half.
Okay.
No, that's not for me. So
It's not
I
for
was
me
getting the shit smashed out of me.
Yeah, I don't like bottom half.
I don't want to be in
It's
bottom
like
half.
it's
I
a
don't
big
play
guy's.
half guard.
It is.
You love bottom
I
half,
love
dude. It's a
bottom
big
half.
guy sport. It's a big guy position.
I want you to look at you
Yeah.
and then look at me.
Yeah.
I'm not meant to play
I feel
bottom
you're
half.
not,
I'm not
you're
either.
not
That's
supposed to
fine.
get smashed up. And
I'll play
crushed.
reverse De La Hiva,
Ooh,
but
see,
I'm
I
not
don't
playing
like
bottom
that.
half.
I don't like that
but-
because I don't trust it on my knees.
Reverse
Yeah.
still it leads to a lot of cool entries though.
For sure.
Yes.
False reaps, all kinds of stuff.
Yes.
X guard. Yes.
But I got the shit smashed out of me, and my ear kept getting smashed into the mat. And I would go to my professor at the time, and I'd be like, "What do I do?" And he was like, "You stop playing bottom half. What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh yeah,
It's
okay."
like the
Yeah.
old
So we
freaking-
drained it. I got a little bubble, but like I don't really
little baby collie.
Right?
wrestle. So like, when am I gonna get qualified?
Yeah, you probably evaded it this long. You won't get it. Like we
Yeah.
don't have. I don't have
It's
it.
genetic.
I got a little
Dude.
bit of a forming of it, but
I
nothing bad.
started maybe within the first year or so training, and I put those big ass
On the
Earmuffs.
headgear.
headgear on, right?
Yeah.
And then it went away. I could still ear model. It's awesome.
It's a good look.
Yeah, same
The
here. I just
headgear is
never really
great.
got it. I think I'm not susceptible to it. My ears are more flat. They're not like the guys that get it.
I
the
don't let
eyes just
people
stick ears.
smash my head.
I
pull my
don't
head
let
out of
people on
everything.
my head,
Yeah,
you
neither.
know? So, like,
Neither.
if I'm going to get it, it's going to be because, like, I'm being stupid,
There you go.
you know?
Yeah,
it's not
when
anything
you're-
somebody else does.
Yeah,
It's me.
When you're starting, maybe getting out of a triangle and it
Yep,
rubs
you're
the
trying
gi
to
really
pull
hard.
out,
Yeah.
you're
Got
grinding
those
your way
shark
out.
skin gis.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep. Or, like, a badly placed
horrible.
guillotine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's bad, but, like,
Oh man.
I'm good.
Gee.
I could have it. I could not have it. This is my life. I'm not going to, like, corporate 9 to 5.
I mean,
Like,
but
I
you don't
literally
wanna,
do jujitsu.
You don't want
for
to
a
Randy Couture it, though.
Yeah, you know.
No. No. But,
You're not
like,
gonna have it. Yeah.
I gotta be like a cute girl for
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
media
right?
gigs, you know? But
Exactly.
like, I'll just wear my hair down.
Yeah, there
We'll
you go.
cover it.
There you go.
It'll be
Ronda
fine.
Rousey, her ears are collied up, but Ronda Rousey, but it doesn't look crazy.
Oh yeah, she owns it though. She
Yeah,
owns it.
it doesn't look super crazy on her.
Okay, I got
She's
it?
like a stock
pretty
ear
jacked.
lady
mean,
than I am.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Think about like Laura
avoid the
Sanko.
cauliflower ear.
Think
Just
about
keep-
Laura Sanko.
There you go.
She's got great ears.
There you go.
No
Just
cauliflower.
keep getting it drained. If it ever happens, get it drained.
I actually like Ronda Rousey. I know
Don't
a lot of
settle
people
for
hate
it.
on her, but she's pretty cool. I don't.
Yeah.
It's all right.
She all right.
Yeah.
So
She fought my girl Sarah, so I have feelings.
Oh, okay, that's right.
yeah, that's true.
Oh, they did. You're right.
Favorite gi? Do you have one? Do you have a brand that you go with?
I'm sponsored by Browse.
I was just about to say, should I even say this because I don't want to mess with any of your money?
No,
right.
I am sponsored, but I was wearing the gear before I got sponsored
Okay,
because I
cool.
loved it so much. So Browse is who I'm sponsored by. It's who I wear 90% of the time. I also love Hyperfly because it's meant for long, lanky people.
Okay.
The gis just fit really well.
Right,
And
right.
honestly, they're probably from the same manufacturer anyways.
Most likely.
Somewhere in Pakistan.
Somewhere in Pakistan. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I love what I love. IBJJF is getting more strict about gi requirements.
Really?
Yeah, like at Pans this past year, most of us got our first round of gis DQ'd. I had to change my
yeah,
pants
they
because my
changed the
pants
rules,
were
didn't
too
they?
short. Yeah.
Wow.
Like they're really strict now, huh?
They haven't been. So the rules changed last summer.
Okay.
Pans was the first tournament that they started really enforcing. So it took them like 9 months to be like, okay, now we're going to do it.
Okay.
And so we were all really confused. We were like, wait a second, we've been getting away with this.
Right?
Yeah.
Now you want to change
What?
it all up.
But so they're just enforcing the rules that are in place. So that's on the competitor, first and foremost. You should have what you're supposed to have.
There you go.
But it was just a little shock when we're like all scrambling for gis. One of my girls wore a pair of my pants, someone else's gi top with their name on the back of it, and somebody else's belt.
Damn.
Because all of her shit, she couldn't
Oh, so
piece
yeah.
together from her own gear. So
And
she
you
had to
can't
borrow from everybody else.
You can't mismatch colors too now anymore.
You can't mismatch colors, but you can mismatch brands.
Okay.
They don't care about that as long as it's all black or
Gotcha.
blue or white.
Okay.
But so it's
Dude, I haven't
it was
bought
an
a
interesting
non-white
experience.
gi since I hit black belt.
Really?
I made that choice. I was like, I got a black belt. All my gis are white now.
I only wear black.
Yeah.
I only wear black. If I'm wearing white, somebody's gonna bleed on me.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I might bleed on me.
They
It's
get
just
dirty, like they just the inside.
I hate
bleach
the
it. I
laundry
bleach.
for it.
Yeah, you gotta
Black
bleach it and all
geese,
that.
good. They're always good. And like I love a black belt with a black.
See,
oh,
and I'm the
it's
exact
sharp.
opposite. I'm the exact
But see,
opposite. Like
yeah.
I'm like,
You
no,
can't see
man.
the belt, though.
I want it to stand
It's all
out.
black. How can you see
You
it?
got that little red bar standing
Oh,
out,
okay.
and you're like,
Just look at
I'm a
it.
ninja.
Like a coral snake about to just snap out there.
And the other side, the gold Kelsey on the other side.
Oh yeah, right.
That was pretty slick. That looked good. I
Yes.
like that.
True. Okay,
So,
okay.
That's
funny
stylish.
story with my black belt. Chad and them got that belt for me in May of last year, and
damn.
it sat in the back
wow.
office. But because he wasn't going to promote me at Worlds, he went in being like, no, she'll get her black belt at home.
So he didn't
He
bring
had to scramble to buy a black belt. They bought me an A2, and so
Tiny one.
I didn't get that fancy black belt until the October promotion party. So for
I
2
see.
months, I looked like I was wearing my dad's black belt. That thing went to my knees. And they're like, you can just buy one. And I was like, no.
It's like, no, this is the one you gave me.
So
That's
I
actually
got
pretty
this
cool,
on the
though.
This is my black
Hell
belt.
yeah.
So now it hangs on my wall, but it's just so big.
Yeah.
I looked
Gotta wrap it around
embarrassingly
twice and
tiny.
everything.
Yeah.
That's
but I was
cool,
like,
though.
I got to wear it.
It sounds like he put a lot of thought into that.
Yeah.
It's
It's
super
pretty
nice.
good.
I felt very special.
Yeah, that's
Very
good.
special.
Man.
Absolutely. Well, honestly, you are pretty damn special. I'm
Yeah.
very impressed. Like we were excited to get you back out.
yeah.
I'm
here.
so happy there was time for it.
Yes, me too. It was really, really cool. And like I always say, right? I'm like, you're doing this thing. It's super important to you, which is why you always find a way, right? You're like,
Always find
you're
a way.
kicking ass. You're taking names. You're going on a new grand adventure. So that's awesome. Right?
Thank you.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
It's a little
And-
scary.
And hell, even if you are scared, just do it anyway.
Dude, scared.
I mean, that's the whole thing about jiu-jitsu, right?
Courage.
You find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse. You're like, I'm scared. I don't want to do it. Nah, don't be a punk. Just get
Yeah.
out here and do the damn thing. Shit. Rod,
I have nothing else. I think we covered everything.
I'm telling
I think
you,
we
dude,
did.
right? So all
Very
you knuckleheads out there, you need to like and subscribe and freaking share. Do all those good things.
Share it to all the women.
Yeah.
100%.
Let's
The
get some more
women
girls
folk.
out here.
The women.
For sure. Oh, sorry. I cut myself off, or maybe you guys cut me off. I don't know. But you were talking about the two young ladies that have come back.
Yeah,
well,
those two.
But Friday night,
Oh,
in
the
walks
other
in this
one.
one girl, and I'm like, holy shit, I thought you quit. Like, she came
I know who
back,
you're
and I
talking
was
about.
happy that she came back because for whatever reason, I thought she kind of just got ran off.
I thought she came in one day though.
No, dude. This
Was she training, actually?
This was her 4th class.
Oh.
Because
my
the
God.
first 3, she actually said she likes it. Everything was cool. But she's like a $110.
Yeah,
maybe
another tiny
She's
one.
$110
little.
wet,
They're all
right?
little, yeah.
And I was like, shit, it's been like a month. I was like, anybody seen her? No. I'm like, all right, well, you just got to get used to people.
You just write them off.
Right.
You write 'em
just
off,
get
yeah,
used to
another one.
disappearing. But she came back, and I was just really impressed because she's got a cool-ass job, dude. I was like, oh, she's like Dexter. She's a forensic pathologist or something
Oh,
crazy
shit.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
some
cool.
nerd shit right there. That's a good-ass job.
Some nerd shit.
But anyway, so,
The one that looks like Esther a little bit, right? That one.
yeah.
Kind of looks like Esther.
Oh,
Yep. So,
I love her.
everybody, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. As you hear, we just got another black belt to confirm. If you don't train in a gi, maybe you shouldn't get a black belt.
That's it.
Just saying. Just saying.
10th planet's going to come for me.
I know. We're all going to get, like, 10th planet assassinated. They're just going to start showing up to our open mats. But if you show up to our
Calling
open
us
mats,
out.
bring a gi.
Put your freaking gi on.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying that. I'd rather go no gi. Even with the
I'll
10th
show you
planet guy,
some
we'll,
worm.
we'll have to play footsies.
Exactly.
We'll be playing footsies. So I'm not going to
All
take the gi
day.
on.
Right. Rod's like, what? Get out of the way. I
Yeah,
got
no.
this. I got this.
Some party in
Yeah,
the
right?
sea.
But anyway, seriously, thank you for coming out. This was awesome.
Thank you for having me. It's fun
now,
to be
like
here.
anytime
Yes.
you come out, you got to at least let us know so we can.
You got it.
Because we
Yeah.
want to get you and Randy on for the debate.
Oh my.
And Haley.
Nobody
That'd be
wa-
fun.
Man, nobody wants that.
Oh,
I'm pretty
everybody
sure.
wants
That'd
that.
be awesome.
The
Haley?
3 of them on there. Oh,
Give us some drinks beforehand, and then it's a real riot.
Yeah.
I love those dudes so much. They're the best.
They are. Well, you're the best also.
Thank you.
And we thank you. You want to shout anybody out and tell them about your Instagram and stuff because they can follow your adventure?
Oh, yeah, we'll put it in the description, too.
Always find me on Instagram, kels.jitsu. I'm pretty accessible there. There's a link tree on there if you need some gear, you need some supplements. There's me doing a shameless plug for all my shit
For sure.
and my sponsors. But mostly, like, I book seminars and media gigs anywhere and everywhere. I commentate for like 6 or 7 different promotions now, which is super fun. But I'm available. Generally, sometimes. The schedule's crazy.
That's a good plug. I'm available.
Generally sometimes.
Sometimes.
But yeah, I mean, my biggest shout out is to Precision more than anything. It has been a school that changed the trajectory of my jiu-jitsu. Without
awesome.
Chad and Sarah and Liz, I wouldn't remotely be successful in this sport. And I can 100% say that.
Facts.
I love them. I'm so grateful for them. And then I'm grateful for the team that's built there. It's the best environment. I love them. I'm going to miss them, but I love them.
I'm in a little
Starting
shout.
to tear up.
Yeah, telling the team was not a good time, but we're going to do a goodbye party. It's going to be great.
Hell yeah.
It's an open mat.
Oh, yeah.
We'll put links to everything in the description, links to Precision. Check it out. It's a great school. Hear good things about it, too.
Yeah.
And yeah, you guys, in the meantime, keep training, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Us.
I like to
For a
think
chick,
so.
I'm strong.
For a chick, I am strong.
How else do you say it?
For a chick.
Yeah, well.
Like, do you notice that when you roll with other girls, like, do you have a strength advantage? Like, you can just move around?
Yeah, but like, I'll admit it. Like, if I'm using just pure strength for something, like a sweep or whatever, I'm like, yo, I just muscle fuck that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Shit, man, this is good enough for government work.
That's not very good.
Okay, got the bun all going. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Go ahead, Rod. Make it happen.
All right.